Today we're making raw beef from around the world. And I'm not talking about just meat candy bars. We're gonna be making real recipes that require no heat. Most countries have a raw beef recipe, so we're gonna dabble and see what we can do. We'll start this off in Mexico with Carne Apache. Carne Apache is similar to ceviche, where it's cooking in lime. When I say cooking, it just sits in the fridge overnight. You add onions, peppers, spicy, tomatoes, and it's served on a tostada, and it's gonna be delicious, I'm sure. If you like ceviche, you're gonna love Carne Apache. There it is. Most people probably wouldn't have thought that Mexico has a raw beef preparation, but this is it. Moment of truth. Let's try it first without hot sauce. It's actually really good. The jalapenos, definitely on the spicier side, but the lime really comes through. I'd eat this again. This is really good, actually. High protein beef ceviche is what I would call it. A little hot sauce. So all of these are gonna be really good. So my rating system will be a little bit off. I'm gonna rate this 3 out of 5 abos. It's awesome, but we gotta see what the rest are gonna do. Next up, we're headed to France. Oui, oui, mon chéri, for the classic beef tartare. Now, when you think of raw meat, everyone compares it to beef tartare. Every country says it's like beef tartare. It's actually relatively easy to make. Classic French in a ring mold. Ta-da! Lastly, beef tartare. Classic French cuisine. Gotta make sure to mix up this egg. This is the best part. Yeah. Here we go. Oh yeah. I grew up eating this, so it can't be bad. It's incredible. Honestly, all the flavors work so well together. I mean, the king of raw beefs, this is the one. I give this 4 out of 5 abos. Abo! You gotta try this. Next up, my all-time favorite, Chikufte. I grew up calling this dish Armenian beef tartare. It's made all over the Middle East. In Lebanon, they call it kibanaya. In many different countries, they call it Chikufte. A lot of slight different preparations, but this is how I grew up making it, and it's one of my favorites. You have onions, cracked wheat that are soaked. You got super fresh ground beef, and it all blends together with a bunch of different spices and served with lavash. It's delicious. Gonna hit this thing on a little piece of lavash. Oh yeah. And I'm gonna top it with my Aleppo lemon pepper rub. They're available now on my website. What can I say? It's my favorite. Takes me back to home. This is a solid 5 out of 5 abos. Abo! Really good. That was awesome. And if you're liking this content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button and let me know what you want to see next. Next up, we have Italy. In Italy, we have Carpaccio. Carpaccio is like a sliced deli meat almost, but it's just raw beef tenderloin, usually drizzled with a nice sauce, served with some fresh Parmesan. It's honestly one of my favorite appetizers when I go to an Italian restaurant. It's one of the only things I actually eat. I'm not a big pasta guy. Arugula. Italy's Carpaccio, typically eaten before your meal, but it can be eaten any time of the day. It's delicious. Nice thin pieces, arugula and the Parmesan. Oh yeah. I mean, anything raw is good. This is delicious. You got raw beef, you got that sauce, it's working together with the Parmesan, simple ingredients. Italy nailed it with this one. 3 out of 5 abos on this one. Abo! And lastly, from Korea, we have Yukhoe. If you guys have been sticking around and watching, thank you. This is our last one and one of my most sought after because I've only had it once. So I did a lot of research for this one. This is Korean raw meat. Yukhoe, and if I'm saying it wrong, correct me in the comments. Yukhoe just means raw meat in Korean, and they make this dish with beef. Sometimes they make it with liver. I love the Korean seasonings and the flavorings, and it's kind of like beef noodles, if you will, with some sauce, and it's garnished with an Asian pear or a Korean pear. So we got sesame seed, we're gonna put a little gochujang in it, a little bit of sweetness. You can use sugar or honey mixed together, and you eat it with a raw egg topped on top. Man, I'm excited. Let's do it. Korea's Yukhoe, marinated raw beef served over Korean pears, sometimes garnished with cucumber, sesame oil. You gotta break the yolk. Yes, yes. This looks incredible. Oh, yes. Oh man. 5 out of 5 abaos, 10 out of 10 on the Richter scale. This is my new favorite. The egg, the sesame oil, the gochujang gives it a little bit of spice. The toasted sesame in there, little Asian pear. This thing is incredible. It should be served in more places. If I had to reorder the scale, now all of them are excellent, but I'm gonna have to say Yuko, 5 out of 5 abaos, along with Chikufte, 5 out of 5. France with your Tartar, and Carne Apache is gonna get a little bump. 4 out of 5 abaos for Carne Apache. And Italy, you got demoted a little bit. It's great, I still love it, I'll eat it all the time, but 3 out of 5 abaos. The flavor just separated, so everything's not incorporated into the meat. If you guys enjoy this, don't forget to subscribe. This was so fun. Let me know in the comments what other dishes I should do or what other raw meats. Thanks for joining. Want some?